Hey everyone, I'm Deja.
And I'm Connor.
Welcome back to the May edition of the Gryphon Grind. Over the last year, we've seen inspiring and courageous acts of leadership across the country.
That's why we wanted to interview leaders in our school to figure out what's helped them through their journey. Let's go to Ash and Graham for some more.
Hello, I'm Mrs. Ash. I am the founding principal of the L&N STEM Academy.
Hello, I'm Don Graham. I'm actually a retired administrator who goes back occasionally and fills in at schools, and this happens to be one of them I'm filling in with. I've been at it a lot of years. I hate to count the number of years at this point.
As I think back, an example that comes to my mind of an early memory of feeling like a leader or feeling like I was being a leader was when I was in the classroom. I was a biology teacher at another high school in this system, and the first time I remember, I was very young when I started teaching, and I was on a faculty with a lot of teachers. I actually taught at the school I graduated from, the high school I graduated from, and so I was literally on faculty now with people who had been my high school teachers. And the first time we were sitting in a staff meeting and something was being discussed, and two teachers that I had tremendous respect for and just thought they knew everything there was to know about teaching, as we were discussing something, they turned and looked at me and said, "Well, what do you think?" And just that people that I respected turned and asked me what I thought and then listened to what I had to share. I didn't have all the answers, but I did bring a perspective they hadn't yet considered. But, being the younger one on faculty, I wasn't sure I had earned the right to speak up. And that experience taught me that because I'm in the room, I have the right to speak up. And because I have a thought, I have the right to speak up professionally and, appropriately. But from that point on, I was less likely to just sit and think, well, I don't have anything to add to this. And I can still look back and see that as first step in becoming a leader.
Here, as I said a while ago, you guys have got a unique situation because your numbers are not that large here. You guys have got tons of leaders in this school, and you've got the ability to be able to reach those freshmen and make them a part of all the things that goes on, because you've got all these different clubs, you've got all these different activities that aren't just exclusive for the football players or the cheerleaders or whatever. You guys are a little more on a level playing field, but you still need to reach those freshmen, because I think a lot of those guys get kicked to the side and don't feel like they're a part of it.
I think the secret to getting back to the passion, and the reason that first group had that palpable passion, was because when they signed on, we didn't even have a building. The first meetings we had to talk about this new idea we had for a school, we said we're looking in the downtown area, we don't know where it's going to be yet. We said we know we want it to be focused on STEM, but we don't know what kind of technology will be in there. So I think their passion came from, it could be anything. And it was exciting to buy into something and know that they're going to have a huge role in setting it. And what has happened since then is, we've set these wonderful visions. We've achieved our first 5-year strategic plan. We said we wanted to be a nationally ranked high school. And we actually achieved that in under 5 years. In our 4th year open, we were listed in U.S. News and World Report as one of the top 500 STEM schools in the nation. And we've stayed in that list in the top 500 every year since. So I think that our challenge now with incoming students and with current students is how do we help them catch the vision and start imagining, just because, so when people come to the school now, they can tour the building, they talk to current students, they talk to alumni, to students who've graduated. So they're coming to something that feels established. And what our challenge is to remind them that, okay, so yeah, there are some things that are established, but we need you to catch the fever and take us to the next level. What does that look like? And that's a challenge for us as a staff, because it would be really easy to sit back and say, we achieved it. We're the highest ranked public high school in Knox County. And that's great, but we can't get lazy and rest on that. We need to keep pushing the envelope, and we need to help our students keep pushing the envelope and redefining what high school looks like, and they'll catch that passion again.
One part of being a leader is taking initiative and volunteering in your community. Let's go to Leaders of SGA for more on how you can get involved.
Hey, I'm Daniel. I'm a junior and I'm on the executive board for SGA. We're out here for one of our 2 school cleanups that we host each year. We're mulching, planting new bushes and flowers, and weeding and pruning the gardens. And this is important not only because it gives us a good opportunity to get volunteer hours, but also because it allows us to beautify the school and leave our mark for a couple of years.
Hi, my name is Kenneth. I'm a junior here at the L&N STEM Academy. I think it's really important to come to these types of events because it shows that you want to give back to your community, and we come here just about every single day for school, and so it's really important that the school looks good for us and we're presenting ourselves to the community since so many different people get to come and enjoy our campus.
I'm Ansley, I'm an SGA this year. The reason I feel like we should come out and do these things, I really believe in servant leadership. So I feel like if we're involved in things like student government or if we're in leadership positions, it's great to be able to come out and just give back to the school. If you're here serving at the school or if you're out in the community, either way, just giving back and being invested in what you're involved in, I think is really important for all of our students to do.
A big shout out to the PTSA for donating gardening supplies to our SGA cleanup. Now let's go to a recap of the anti-gun violence walkout that happened here at the L&N on April 20th.
Gun control! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Gun control! When do we want it? Now! What do we want? Gun control! When do we need it? Now! All right.
On April 20th, 1999, 1 teacher and 12 students were killed in the Columbine High School shooting. 19 years later, students across the country stand up for what they believe in. Here's what L&N students did on National Walkout Day. Students participating in the walkout went down to the plaza where there were various activities that enabled them to take action. Those who would be 18 by Election Day could register to vote. If students were not old enough, they could still call and write to the senators and representatives of their community. Supplies were also provided to students, which enabled them to make posters in support of gun reform. Later on, Brendan Blair, Ash Woods, Edward Nelson, and Gloria Johnson spoke out against gun violence to those participating in the walkout. To finish things off, students used the posters they made and marched around the school in memory of the Columbine victims.
This has been a big year for STEM students and taking initiative. I'm Connor.
And I'm Deja.
And this has been
The Gryphon Grind.